Bum, 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 bum. Are we live? Are we good? Are we good? Kayla Montgomery. All right. Continuing back with regularly scheduled programming. Regular scheduled programming. All right. Did you guys get transferred over? Let me close this out. Let me put the chat big. Let's check out Kayla. She took a plea deal, profit deal. She watched a lot of what happened. She watched everything what happened to Harvey Montgomery. The boyfriend beat his daughter to death, punched her to death, stored her and moved her for weeks, and this chick saw it. Didn't say shit. And but she was the main witness testifying during the trial and helped lock this guy away. She got a super deal, a sweetheart deal. Not redirected. Bang. Let me put the link in the other video then. I should have kept the other chat open because then I would have dropped it for everybody. She got the sweetheart deal. She got the Epstein deal before they killed him. Okay, hold on. It can Mel CC. Try to be careful with those airline channels because I don't think they really like you using their videos. So it's the first time. Just try to be in and out. Don't want to do too much with that, you know? All right. Let me just pin it in the description and then we'll get to go. Yeah, man. I don't know about flying them. They try to tell you, oh, yeah, it's the safest way. You better off flying than driving. I'd rather drive. Kayla. Nah, man, take a chance. You gotta fly, but it doesn't ease me when they tell you, oh, just like the shark people. Oh no, shark attacks, they're so rare. Oh, the chances of you getting eaten by a shark is so rare. And every week you're seeing some shark attack and somebody killed and mauled. And every time they're like, well, this is not a normal thing that happens. It's rare. There's nothing to worry about. It should just keep happening. So here's Kayla. Damn, that was loud as hell. I don't even have any ad for the...
Okay. First go on the record, and then we can begin your hearing.
Okay.
Bruce.
This is a parole hearing for Kayla Montgomery, number 92912. Present today is Chairman Roger Phillips.
Oh, the wheel drop.
Parole Board. Also present today are...
Here's the wheel drop. Luffy sent me. Hold on, before we start, let's just watch the wheel drop. That would have been good to see in the other stream. Let me show it here. Real quick. The wheel drop. Everybody, yeah, I guess the teleport doesn't work. That sucks. Who's doing the maintenance on these things? Oh, hell no!
Alright, United, bye-bye. 777.
Over to NorCal, good day, United 35 hit.
That's 777. 200, heading to Osaka.
Oh. What kind of junk is that?
Enriquez and Tricia Thompson. Let the record reflect also in attendance today representing Victim Services is Lauren Avery, and representing Victim Services from the Attorney General's Office is Amy Van Hawken. This is hearing number 1.
And we'll begin our questioning with board member Dr. Horace Enriquez.
Okay.
So, good morning.
Good morning.
Busy day for you.
Yeah.
Sure. you were here under the charge of perjury and making false statements,
Yes.
and we'll come to the details of that in a moment, but why might it be important to tell the truth?
Because being honest is the best thing to do, because if you're not, other actions happen, and
Like a child.
being able to tell
Why ain't it good to be honest?
the truth takes a lot of weight off of you, and it's better to tell the truth and be honest so that everything else can come to light.
Mhm. So by not telling the truth to the grand jury investigation, what do you think happened? Or didn't happen?
What didn't happen was I didn't tell the truth about where I was during that time, and not being able to cooperate with the detectives. I got all caught up in the situation, and if I just was honest from the beginning, they could have done their job sooner.
And what was their job?
To find Harmony and know what happened to her, and that's it.
So what did you actually tell the jury that was untrue?
That I got dropped off at my work, which was Dunkin' Donuts, and at 6 a.m. and Adam brought Harmony to meet her mother, and when he came back to pick me up at 2 p.m. she was not in the car, and that was a lie.
I guess the comes to the question was, so Harmony was your stepdaughter, correct?
Yes.
Was she part of your family?
Yes.
So how were you protecting your family by telling this lie?
I didn't protect
Wow.
her at all.
Yo, check this out. They sent this. You want to know? You want to see the damage that tire, that one tire that came off of that airplane did, bro? It should look like a. I don't know. I don't even know what the damage looks like. I don't know, like a car hit the cars, like some car fell out of the sky. Check this out.
Happened. There are so many police here now. It's
What?
crazy. So these two cars.
What? That shit could have killed somebody.
Some of the landing gear over there. They think it was a United 777. Happened. There are
What
so
the
many
hell? Look at the Jurassic Park.
police here now. It's crazy. So these two cars, and they found some of the landing gear over there. They think it was a United 777.
Jesus. Wow.
Because that's what, your personal statement talks about that as that you were, the justification for the line is that you were protecting your family.
Yeah.
What were you protecting it from?
From losing our other children, from our family falling apart, even though it was falling apart, and
True lawsuit, right? Hey, you get paid. That's true.
not being held accountable for the actions that happen.
So you were sort of acknowledging the fact that you did lie,
Yes.
correct? So how have you learned how to tell the truth? What tools have you learned?
But the tools that I've learned is understanding situations and being able to deal with them and not hide anything, and ask for help and let people know when something's wrong or it's not, or something doesn't feel right. and being able to just understand situations and know that it's the best to say what's on your mind and say what you know, and just be honest and talk about what you're going through, or if there's anything wrong, just be honest about it.
It really is like a child, like that got in trouble or is in detention, or
You've taken a number of sort of Department of Corrections courses here, journaling and Choose Love. I saw that. You
Yes,
spent a lot of time with the Family Connection Center,
yes.
did the Focus program.
I'm still currently in it.
And what band are you?
Black.
And when do you think you'll graduate?
Between the end of this month and beginning of next month.
So next 3-4 weeks?
Yeah.
You had a couple hiccups getting through the Focus program. What was that about?
Because I was cheating my medication. So I got, they took me out of the program and I had to wait to get back in.
Did you have to do anything to get back in, or just?
No, you just wait until they put you in again.
Okay. Is cheating of falsification, is it lying?
Yes,
So why would you do that?
because I wasn't in the right headspace at the time.
Okay. Tell me about, so where are you in your addiction care right now?
I am on the MAT program with Suboxone, and having the tools that I am actually taking seriously and working on myself with the Focus program is
So
a
name
big
a tool.
part.
Give me a tool that you're using fairly routinely now.
Instead of, I'm being honest, I'm not lying, and distorted thinking, which you end up changing your thoughts. I could tell you, I could lie to you and say things, but I'm not. I am nervous right now and anxious.
I understand that for sure.
Yeah, so I'm like trying my best to concentrate and not.
Well, the only people you have to talk to are the three of us, okay? So you've got these tools working on yourself. What's your home plan?
That I am working with my case manager on. We're looking for sober living. I'm looking for any sober living housing, but one that I would feel safe and know that I'm safe.
Yeah. So you need to, as you know, finish the Focus program,
Yes,
have a home plan to be released.
yes,
Now, I want to come back a little bit to, you had a tough time in the system, in a lot of the disciplinaries.
yeah,
You had a lot of work-offs rather
Yes.
than completed. Have you finished those hours?
yes,
And the good news is you've had no disciplinary since July, roughly.
yes,
So starting to pay attention to things.
yeah.
Sorry, I just have all these little notes here. So tell me about you. You have 4 other children, correct?
Yes.
And what's happening with them?
My oldest son lives with his father and stepmother and brothers. My 3 youngest, which are also my husband, ex-husband's children, they are living with my mother. They've been with her for the past almost 2.5 years. And I ended up losing my rights to them because of my crime that I am connected to. The affidavit got out, and I believe that they used it against me, which I understand.
I don't know what you're talking about here.
For my kids, so I ended up losing my kids. I lost the rights to my kids.
Right.
And the affidavit that got out about Harmony, and what it was saying and details that it was saying, I feel and believe that the CASA and the judge in that case, I believe that they were using the affidavit against me. So I lost my rights to my kids.
Do you have the ability to get those rights back?
I can, yeah. I put an appeal in.
Okay. So that's sort of but are you allowed to communicate with your children?
I haven't been. I'm not, well, DCYF still has custody of them,
Watch
but
and slip.
they've been living with my mother.
No, I understand that, but are you allowed to communicate with them?
I have not talked to them. I know my mother has been taking care of them.
I understand, but you have not,
No, I
because
haven't
you're not
been
allowed
able
to, or because you're...
I don't know if it's because I'm not allowed to, or my mom's just not choosing to allow me to talk to them because I lost my rights and DCYF has custody of them. So I don't know if it's because of that.
So tell me, you make a statement in your personal statement here about you tried to right this wrong.
Yes.
This whole thing. How have you tried to do that?
By telling the truth about what happened to Harmony and being honest and being in compliance with the detectives and the state.
Anything else you want to talk?
I have just a couple of questions. This is your first felony conviction, is that correct?
Yes,
You had some misdemeanors.
yes,
And in one of the prior misdemeanors, you were required to do a 28-day program, is that correct?
yes.
And did you accomplish that?
No, I did not until after I was incarcerated and got put into a 28-day program.
And how, was that in county?
Yes.
All right. And how do you compare that program with Focus?
For myself, I don't think I was really ready to actually pay attention when I was in that 28-day program and really work on myself. And
Well, the
Crocodile tears.
problem with addiction is it's a disease of denial.
yeah,
But people can get clean.
So I guess this is like the parole board, I guess, and they seem very sympathetic. I mean, we knew this was coming. Like she signed this deal. She got a deal, even though she did lie under, I guess, oath. She got this deal, so we knew this was coming. It's a little frustrating, a little frustrating because she watched all the stuff that happened to Harmony. But I don't know. I wonder if she'll ever be able to see her kids or not. But she's getting out. I think in May, they said.
Clean and sober when they accept the fact,
yeah,
that they're hooked.
yeah.
And then, once that acceptance begins, slowly that denial goes away.
Yeah.
And that's the whole idea of whether it be the 28-day program, and I'm sure of Focus also.
Yeah, when I got kicked out of Focus the first time and for cheating my medication, I was just, when I got put into the program, I was like, oh, I just have to get this done and I can leave. But after getting kicked out and being put back in the program, I've actually been working on myself.
And when you say cheating, what do you mean by that? Rather than swallowing the medication?
Because I just kept it under my tongue and showed them my mouth, and they caught me cheating my medication instead of taking it properly.
And why didn't you take it properly?
I wasn't in the right headspace, and I just didn't really care at that time.
What did you do with them?
I ended up having to spit it out.
You just spit it out and got rid of it. You didn't share it with anyone. You didn't give it to anybody
No,
else.
the officer took it. Like, yeah.
So had you done it prior though and never got caught, or is this the
No.
only time you did it and got caught?
That was the first time, and I did it one other time, and that was like close together. And then I haven't done it since.
So I just have a couple. You've been on probation before in the past.
Yes.
How'd that go?
Not good.
Not very well, right?
No.
Yeah. So do you understand that probation and parole are pretty similar?
Yes.
Do you understand that the standard conditions are pretty similar?
Yes.
Do you know what the standard conditions are? The gist of them. I'm not going to ask you to read them verbatim, but do you know one big one I'm looking for? You can't lie.
Oh, yeah.
You can't lie, right?
Right.
It's the same on probation, it's the same on parole, right?
Yeah.
And it is a technical violation, but with you, right, you can bet they're going to be looking, right? They're going to pay
Yeah.
attention to that technical violation because that's the charge you're here for, right?
Yeah.
So I guess my question is, how are you going to be able to deal with that? How are you going to be able to deal, because you've got some pressure on you. You're young and you've got a lot of pressure, right? Some of it you brought on by your choices, right?
Yeah.
Can't minimize that.
No.
But how are you going to deal with the pressure in the community and be able to keep yourself together and not lie? Because it's hard. But once you tell one, you're beat.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to keep up.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And the microscope's going to be on you.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal
I
with that?
know that.
How are you going to deal with that?
All I can do is take it one day at a time.
Do you understand that your probation officer or your parole officer are your lifeline?
Yes.
They really are your lifeline. They are there to help you. They're there to guide you. They're not there to try to get you back in here as fast as you can get here. You need to use them as a resource.
Yeah.
And that's hard. It's hard to trust, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to trust law enforcement with you right now.
Yeah.
Right? I know. I can see it written all over your face.
I heard, Tommy, yeah.
So what do you think the big differences are, the supervision for you with probation and parole? Supervision levels.
I feel that parole is higher than probation.
Higher how, though? What do you think that your parole officer is going to have you do differently that your probation officer didn't have you do?
I honestly don't know.
Probably have to report more, probably have more drug screens, probably more home visits,
Yeah.
right? Probably check on programming more, right? A little stricter, right? So, you know, you talked about your children a little bit.
Yeah.
You went through Family Connections.
Yeah.
Never at any point during Family Connections, with all the resources they have, did you want to read a book and record it and send it home to your family for your kids to listen to? Did you ever want to do any of those things that they had? Because I know that that's an
I
option.
have.
Okay.
I've done the Cliff thing where you get books and you can send them. I have wanted to do the recording, but I don't want to do it and they can't listen to it, or it's just hard right now with the kids.
It's hard, but do you think that it will make you feel like you're trying by doing nothing, right? Because it sounds like you really want a relationship still with your children, but you just don't know if you can go there.
Yeah, because that was my mother.
Yeah. But there's all these options and things that you could have done to try to, at least try to have some sort of relationship. You don't need to know if they get there. You just need to know that you did it.
I have been doing stuff.
Okay.
I've been doing the cliff thing. I've been making blankets. I've been making pictures. I've been doing a lot of things.
Okay.
And I'm still in the FCC program. I've still been doing parent support groups, and I did the parenting class and the healthy relationships, and I see Miss V once a week with the support groups.
And you talked about that, you know, disciplinary was an issue for you when you first got here. You've completed all your extra duty hours.
Yes.
Okay. What did you do for extra duty hours here?
Shoveling. I did most of it was shoveling, ice scooping, cleaning the day room, the windows, the workout room. Just did a lot of cleaning.
Do you have a job here?
Yes.
Okay. So my last question is, what are your goals? What is your 5-year goal from today? If you're granted parole, what is your goal?
I don't even, just my recovery is number one. And just keep doing the right thing. That's just what's been in my mind, to be honest.
Ellen.
So when you went to school growing up, right, some people say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a police officer. What did you want to be?
I wanted to be a veterinarian.
Still want to be a veterinarian?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good goal.
Amelia Kim, thank you for the 10. Appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Says the 20th super on a live stream. Amazing. Thank you.
Give yourself something to strive for, right? Working on your recovery is fantastic, but you got to do something for yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, your mind's not going to stop, right? And if your mind doesn't stop, what are we going to do?
Relapse.
We're going to go back and self-medicate, and then you're going to get in the cycle again. You've got to take time for yourself. You got to figure it out. It's not easy. You're going to feel selfish, but you have to do it.
That's how I already feel.
What's the timer on that?
I have this question. You're on the MAT program now,
Yes.
and in taking that medication, do you have any adverse side effects?
No.
Okay. Does it help as far as the feeling of compulsion is concerned? The compulsion to use?
Yes. I don't have cravings or anything like that, or the urge to want to use.
And also, you see behavioral health behind the walls also?
Yes.
And you take any medication? I don't need to know names of anything, but you take any medication? for that?
Yes.
The only thing that we're asking that for is, as far as the parole conditions are concerned, if you're granted parole, we want to include things like that.
Yeah.
All right. And your minimum parole date is soon coming up. It's in May of this year, is it not? May 3rd of this year?
Yes.
All right. And you realize that date is the date that you could be released, provided you complete focus and any other required program
Yes.
behind the walls. But if you, and sometimes, I want to indicate, I guess there was you received some earned time credit by doing certain things. Was it breaking free or?
I did Breaking Free, Choose Love program, and Core Skills.
And by doing programs that helps in your rehabilitation, your parole, your minimum parole date can be decreased, in other words, that you can get out at an early date. And
Yes.
I'm not certain if it's the May 3rd or May 5th, but whatever date that is the date that you could be paroled if this board decides to grant you the same.
Yes.
All right, we have no control over, by the way, minimum parole dates. That's a function of the court and its sentencing,
Yes.
and you behind the walls with the programs that you do. All right, unless there are any more programs, we deliberate through the use of our computers.
Yes.
We'll do that now. Oh, what's that?
So,
Is there anything else you want to indicate to us?
I know my case manager told me that my minimum is March 4th because my earn time that I put through went through.
That's right. I think it was reduced to
Yeah.
from May, so that you're really past your minimum as we
Yes.
speak today.
Yes.
So it's a matter,
Release movement at this time, release movement only.
it's a matter of completing those programs that we earlier discussed.
Yes.
So, okay.
From a victim services standpoint, the only condition that we're going to request is intensive supervision for a minimum of 90 days upon release due to complexities related to this case.
All right, there's a request from victim service for ISP, which is just the
kind of pull, walk about. What do you want?
term
What pull
of
do you want?
supervision so that you report more often. All right.
Yeah.
I think most people know the outcome already. Oh,
I am working with the staff here on
So, yeah.
making sure I feel safe when it is time for me to leave.
I'll put it though anyway.
They've
Little
been-
engagement.
I've been checking in with mental health a lot and the late acts. And we're just working on a plan for when it's time for me to leave, that I feel safe and strong enough to be out.
I would encourage you to keep that close to you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Don't share it with those that you don't want to know. The security staff will do their job,
Yeah.
right? Your PO will have discretion wherever that may be. But usually I find when these things happen, clients usually talk too much themselves and then they get scared because they told one person, then it went too far. Keep it
I was
close.
told that I could say that.
Yeah, no, you can say it to us.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, when you decide where you're going,
Yeah,
with
that.
everybody here. right?
Yeah, that's one thing I'm working on.
Do you understand what ISP is?
No.
So you'll have a curfew, you'll have increased screens, all those things we talked about, the difference, right?
Yeah.
The difference though is you will come back on just about any violation during that 90 days that happens.
Okay.
Your parole officer has a lot more leeway on your violations. Much stricter.
Yeah.
But the important part of that is that you keep your PPO informed.
Yeah.
And you work closely with him or her.
Yeah.
All right? Because they don't want you to come back. Their
Yeah.
success is when you do well in the community. Because our function as a parole board is to release those on parole who will not again commit a crime and will turn out to be good citizens. And that parole supervision is what helps in that goal.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we've communicated, and we're going to grant you the privilege of parole. It'll be on standard conditions. You must complete focus. You must comply with your approved home plan. If it includes sober living remain there for 90 days and thereafter in the discretion of your PPO and as recommended by your treatment provider. Engage in the American Society of Addiction Medicine Substance Use Disease Level of Care as the Department of Corrections and the LADAC recommends. Comply with the MAT or MAUD program, MAT or MAUD program, including prescribed medications. Mental health in the community is needed and be compliant with prescribed medications. Engage in group addiction recovery, which may include AA and NA, as recommended by your LADAC and the PPO. And of course, you have to be C3 and D3 for release, and ISP for 90 days, and then in the discretion of the PPO. Now that's going to be read back to you.
Okay.
And then, if you have any questions, you can ask them after the readback.
Okay.
Very interesting. Something else. If you guys are on Discord, you saw that I posted this earlier, a picture about this, the possible removal of TikTok, which honestly, they've been talking about getting rid of TikTok for a long time. I almost kind of like roll your eyes. They keep talking about it. But apparently they approved this bill. House panel unanimously approves bill that could ban TikTok. Oh man, it's like I wanted to sneeze, but it doesn't want to come. It's like, okay, it's gone. A powerful House committee advanced a bill on Thursday that could lead to a nationwide ban against TikTok on all electronic devices, renewing lawmakers' challenge to one of the world's most popular social media apps and highlighting unresolved fears that TikTok may pose a Chinese government spying risk. The measure that sailed unanimously through the House Energy and Commerce Committee would prohibit TikTok from the U.S. app stores unless the social media platform used by roughly 170 million Americans is quickly spun off from its China-linked parent company, ByteDance. If enacted, the bill would give ByteDance 165 days or a little more than 5 months to sell TikTok. I feel like we've been down this road so many times. I don't know. If not divested by that date, it would be illegal for the app store operators such as Apple and Google to make it available for download. The bill also contemplates similar prohibitions for other apps controlled by foreign adversary companies. Is this really about safety or is this about money? It's the most aggressive legislation targeting TikTok to come out of a congressional committee since CEO Shou Chu testified to lawmakers last year that the app poses no threat to Americans. Today, we still take the first step in creating long overdue laws to protect Americans from the threat posed by apps controlled by our adversaries, the same people that we're doing business with, I guess, but they have a problem with the app, and to send a very strong message that the U.S. will always stand up for our values and freedom. That's such bullshit, said Washington Republican Kathy McMorris Rogers. I'm not a fan of TikTok. I'm not shedding a tear either if the app goes away. I don't really care that much. But I also don't really believe it's for the safety for us. It's for our safety. The hell is that? Person on your door. Is that a package or something? There's nobody there now. Yeah, I think it can be a dangerous thing for kids, the young kids. I don't really think that young kids should really be on there. I don't know, but there's so many other things too that we have going on besides the social media app. Things that are happening in the country, people dying, drugs, all this kind of shit. The border, just all these problems. But we just care about you and the Americans and our freedom and stuff. We're in bed with China. They're worried about the app. The bill was introduced with some bipartisan support earlier this week by Wisconsin Republican Mike Gallagher, who chairs a House Select Committee on China, and ranking members of the committee. Democratic Raja. The legislation also has the support of the White House and the House Speaker, Mike Johnson. There's going to be a lot of people upset, though. Woo! Ricky is pro TikTok. There's going to be a lot of people upset if TikTok goes, though. TikTok launches opposition. TikTok is mounting a push against the bill, including trying to mobilize its user base. Really? The company has served some users with the full screen pop-ups in the app warning that the bill strips 170 million Americans of their constitutional right to free expression. Wow, so they're sending out TikTok pop-ups? Let me see if I don't think TikTok would include me because I rarely post on there. Let's see if I get a pop-up. Well, the world of TikTok. I want to say pop-up. Okay, I'm not getting a pop-up. No pop-up for me. Okay. This will damage millions of businesses, which a lot of businesses do use TikTok, promotion, that kind of stuff. That's a lot. It has a recreational value for people, I guess. Destroy the livelihoods of countless creators. There is creators that do a lot of business on there too, I guess. And deny artists an audience. Reads the notification. The call to action concludes with a link prompting users to dial their members of Congress and express the opposition to the bill. Multiple congressional staffers told CNN. I want to get like a full camera out there, not just this ring thing. Get another camera. Multiple congressional staffers told CNN that House offices are being flooded with phone calls, and in some cases, hundreds amid the campaign. Oh, so even TikTok's upset. I wonder what TikTok's going to lose out on. We're probably a huge base for them. The legislation has predetermined outcome, a total ban of TikTok in the United States. Company wrote the government is attempting to strip 170 million Americans of their constitutional right for free expression. This will damage. Oh, I just read that already. Okay. During Thursday's session, Texas Republican Representative Dan Crenshaw dismissed criticism that lawmakers didn't understand the technology they were trying to regulate. It's not because we're old and grumpy and don't understand TikTok and how you use it for your business and how you communicate with your friends. I was on social media long before any of these G-Zeners who are mad about TikTok. I understand. In addition to potentially barring app stores from hosting TikTok, the bill could also restrict TikTok traffic or content from being carried on internet hosting services. Wow, so they're really taking it to the level that if you decide to go download the app on your own outside of the app store or whatever, well, your ISP, your internet service provider or whatever, they're going to monitor the traffic and make sure they block TikTok traffic. Damn. I guess you'd have to use a VPN. A broad term that encompasses a variety of industries, including file hosting, domain name server hosting, cloud hosting, virtual private server hosting. Man. Oh no, man. I don't know. I feel like there could be riots and stuff. They banned TikTok. This is pretty much over, so Kayla was approved.
And let the record reflect as follows. Today's decision is your parole has been approved. However, you must complete the focus program and you must have an approved home plan. If your home plan includes a sober living, you must remain there for 90 days and thereafter in discretion of your PPO and as recommended by your treatment provider. You are to engage in ASAM substance use disorder level of care as DOC LADAC recommends. You're to comply with your MAUD program, including prescribed medication.
And as somebody said here, I didn't know they were doing that. CSI Crowdsourced Illumination says YouTube is already starting to allow duets like they do on TikTok. It's going away, I hope. I could see these other companies seeing this as like, ooh, right? Because TikTok is like the big competitor. Yeah, YouTube was trying to compete with TikTok. They did these short stuff and all that, and the other companies as well. Instagram, they're all trying to compete. This could be a big W for those companies.
You are to engage in mental health treatment in the community as needed and be compliant with your medications, your prescribed medications. You're to engage in group addiction recovery.
That's true, Matt.
Which may include AA and NA as recommended by your LADAC and PPO. You'll be on ISP for a period of 90 days and at the discretion of your PPO. Standard conditions of parole apply, and you are to be C3 or lower classification and disciplinary free for release.
Okay. All right, do you have any questions?
No, I do not.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you.
That's Kayla on her way, man. So she gets another chance at life. That was part of the deal. You know, Matt says VPN is only to protect against hackers, not government agencies. Yeah, and you know, honestly, well, I mean, it's supposed to work for like your ISP, you know, so they can't see what you're doing, or like for some people, maybe they want to watch a Netflix in another country, or somebody that's in another country wants to watch Netflix that's like the American one. Maybe they can change their location. But honestly, or maybe even illegal activities. But I mean, there's been instances where these companies, they get subpoenaed and they give all your information out anyway. A lot of them claim they don't like store your stuff. VPN is not exactly, I mean, nothing really is 100% safe. I used to have it, but I didn't see much for me personally because I'm streaming all the time. And I don't want to stream through a VPN, you know. There's already a bunch of layers that I'm going through. I don't want to add another layer and rely on the VPN connection, and it's going to slow things down maybe. And if it drops, VPN data breach. They have data breaches too. There was actually a company that reached out to me. They wanted me to, they were like, oh, it was, I don't remember the name. It was a lesser known company. It wasn't like any of the popular ones. And they were like, oh, they're trying to like ask me to do a sponsor. But when I looked them up, the first thing I saw was like they had some type of data breach. So I reached back out to them like, how am I going to do a sponsorship? And you guys had like a leak recently. So I just waited. I'm going to do that. Massive free VPN data breach exposes 360 million records. Malicious attack after VPN compromised for over 1 month. VPN subpoenaed. It's an okay service, I guess, if you're trying to use it for something. You know, I guess it has its purposes, I guess. NordVPN, which is the one that I had. Actually, we do comply with law enforcement data requests. Why should you be skeptical about VPN's no log claims? Second most persuasive claim about a VPN provider can make to appeal to potential customers is that it keeps no logs of your web activity. Every leading service in our directory of recommended VPN services and in the wider market globally claims no logs. The problem with no logs, though, is that you can't prove a negative. Verifying that a VPN isn't logging your user activity is impossible from the outside. They hired some external auditors, blah, blah, blah. It's cool, but I wouldn't put all your marbles in that thinking that you're like safe or something, you know, like. It's all right. Mel in Indonesia. I have a feeling. I don't know if I have a feeling. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. Sebastian, I'm waiting to really talk about him because I feel like something's going to come soon. They're doing a landfill search. Let me show you just a snippet of what BL sent me. I want to save the main channel notifications in case something pops off today. Let me show you this video.
2 hours, and the search has been going on throughout that time.
And so there's got to be something that has led police to do this landfill. And we saw the interview with mom, boyfriend, and then we saw the father's separate interview. I'm thinking of this correctly, because I feel like we've had so many lately. So who could be involved, right?
I've seen a couple Sumner County vehicles go in and out in dump trucks. Some of those drivers are telling me that a lot of the regular spots where they drive in through are closed at the moment while this search is ongoing. So why are we here? This is where the trash from Sumner County ends up, according to the Sumner County Sheriff. So he got an order earlier this morning, a search warrant, I should say, to search this area, this landfill. They say right now it's just a precautionary measure to see if they can find any evidence.
Okay,
in White Plains, Kentucky, Adam Mintzer, News 2.
The only thing is, when did they go missing? I thought it was like February 26th. Let me check. It was just off the top of my head. Yeah, February 26th. That's a long time to now start searching a landfill. Those landfills are like really hard. It's about a week, more than a week actually, a week and a half or something. Those landfill searches are pretty tough.
Ryan Garcia's.
As far as Ryan Garcia, so far since that post, he's been normal on Twitter. I think somebody's running his Twitter. I don't know if that's really him making those posts. But he was on this podcast.
Thinking you matter as much as you do. In 2 days, everyone's going to forget about it.
Great point.
Meaning, just
in general, bro. I agree.
From now or 6 weeks from now, do you know there's a high likelihood that fight may not even happen?
I agree.
If this keeps going this way, don't be surprised if anytime this week or next week the fight's been canceled.
Damn. I'm going even deeper, but God forbid something bad happens to him just in general, bro. Like that, something is really, really off.
I had a friend that behaved like this, and it's very hard what you have to do with that friend. When a friend's going through something like this, you have to take him to rehab. And I know the biggest challenge is public embarrassment. If you do go to a place like that, because you're so famous, what's the market going to say about you? Last night's dinner with the folks that we had dinner with. You know what's the best thing he said last night at the dinner? Stop thinking you matter as much as you do. In 2 days, everyone's going to forget about it.
Great point.
Meaning, yeah, it's going to be embarrassing for about a few days. Trust me. A week later, everyone's dealing with their own embarrassing things in their personal life that they're going to go on. You are not that important to people's personal life. They're all going to move on. That mindset is going to let you come out and say, look, I'm going through some shit, like Jordan Peterson, who was like the guy, 12 rules for life for men. And
that Jordan Peterson shit was so crazy when I guess he was addicted to Klonopin, I think it was. And, oh, man, once that came out, and I guess he almost died, too. Oh, they were ready to pounce his ass. Ooh, there were people excited. Well, even calling him hypocritical, which you could argue that. That's fair. I like Jordan Peterson. Some of his, he's kind of long-winded, too, I think, but I like him, some of his stuff.
Oh, this is the example.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'm addicted to painkillers. You know who's the last interview he did with in front of 6,000 people where he was crying? With me. I'm the last interview he did. And right after the interview, I said, something's going on with Jordan. He was not normal. Something was hurting him. He goes to Russia to a rehab facility, and his daughter was publicly announcing it to everybody, Kayla Peterson, on what he was going through. But he was addicted to pain medication. And when he came back, I was one of the first ones that interviewed him.
I'm pretty sure it was Klonopin, though. I don't think it was pain medication.
He seemed off. He wasn't back. And now he's back to being who he was before. But it took a minute. Guess what? That was very embarrassing. He went through it. Who's over it? The world. No one cares. He just wrote another book and is doing great. And his first book did great. And he's touring, I think, $40 million being made on tours. Everywhere he goes, sells out like this. Mayweather's claiming that he's in his ear. This behavior's changed the closer he got to Mayweather. So Mayweather almost needs to come out publicly and say something and say, hey, this is not what I support, because this is not Mayweather. Mayweather didn't do stuff like this.
No way.
De La Hoya, different story.
Yeah.
Mayweather, no. So,
So what did De La Hoya do? He pulled out stunts in the past?
But it's on him. But the 20% that's not on him, it's the people that are around him.
That's such a great point, too. This is what I was saying. Like, you got to be really careful. And maybe the bigger you get, the harder it is. But like the people that surround you,
a part of this is everything with what's going on here, 80% of it's on him. But the 20% that's not on him is the people that are around him. You know, my friend Steve, Afo, these guys, when we would go out to dinner, you've met these guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Armand, one of the things
Those are the guys.
One of the things that, specifically Steve, one of the things that they had is Steve would call out all his friends. Very natural state that it was. And then, but they would also call him out when things were off. And, you know, you're kind of going through that mode. And what eventually happens to a man is when you know you're making a bad decision and you know it's not good, the people that you used to call out, that want to call you out and have a private conversation with you, you don't want to talk to them because you know you're doing something wrong. And when you go in this spiral of self-sabotage and you're just destroying yourself, what you need the most is to be around the people that are not afraid to tell you the truth, to say, hey, what the hell are you doing? And I said this yesterday with Sean O'Malley. A part of this, if Mayweather is claiming that he's in his ear, this behavior's changed the closer he got to Mayweather. So Mayweather almost needs to come out publicly and say something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Ryan guessed here. I thought that was interesting. But, yeah, I haven't seen any crazy posts anymore. I think somebody's running his Twitter, but because I don't know how he goes from 100 to 0, like just like that. I think somebody might be managing his Twitter. Maybe he's getting help. Hopefully, I don't know. And yeah, who knows if that fight even happens? If it happens, though, I'm watching the fight. I haven't watched the fight in a while, but the next two fights, I don't know what happened to my shirt. But the next two fights that I want to watch is Garcia versus, I think the guy's name is Devin, and then Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul, whatever. You know what I mean. One of the Pauls. And Mike Tyson is pretty old now. Older. I don't want to say old maybe, but he's older now, you know. And, I mean, hey, do his thing, get his money. But I saw a clip. I wish I had it on my, I was going to post it on Discord. I screen captured on my phone. Mike Tyson was walking in a cane. There was a clip of him walking in a cane. Let's see. Yeah, cheers. Hold up.
Can you guys vouch for me? Am I right?
Yep. How you doing, Mike? Good to see
Is this, how old is the video?
you, brother. You looking good, Mike.
You're
You're welcome.
photo, Mr. Tyson.
Oh, this is 2 years ago. Mike Tyson 2 years ago using a cane to walk. Jake Paul is shameless. Jake Paul's a senior citizen merchant. 30-year age difference. Mike Tyson, whoa! He was firing back in his day. So yeah, I'm curious to see what, even if it's a money grab, I'm curious to see what happens. I want to watch it. Could be a Discord thing. Tyson bought you 2 lap dances in Phoenix. Tyson looks like he'd be a really fun person to party. He seemed like kind of crazy, wild fun. He has a really good podcast too on YouTube. I've seen a few episodes, not many, but a couple of episodes. All stupid, really? Pulse fights? That's the only thing, Layla. Yeah, if Jake Paul somehow beat Tyson, there's got to be a clause in there. Like if he's about to lose, I don't know. You can't let Tyson go down. Somebody had said too that like on Twitter in the comments, they were like, it's not worth your legacy. But then somebody else commented, well, his legacy is sealed. And then somebody else said, legacy don't pay the bills. Though I don't think Tyson needs money. He has a really good podcast. He's pretty successful. I don't think he actually. I mean, he's got to be doing it for money, but I don't know. I'm sure he's getting paid really nice. You know, everybody don't have to worry about anything after that fight. Nicest famous person you ever met? I heard he's like that. What tells about sharks and piston shrimps? Oh, it's an exhibition fight. So those exhibition fights, isn't it like less rounds or something? And it doesn't like count towards a win or loss, but is there really a winner or loser too? Do they still call a winner or loser or not really? Exhibition matches. I forgot who I saw that did an exhibition match, and I thought it was like less rounds than the regular boxing match. Exhibition fight is a sports match which is not part of the competition, but instead serves for the function of demonstrating skill of the participants. I mean, I guess they can set the rounds to whatever they want, but one of the exhibition matches that I watched, I remember like the rounds were shorter or something than what a normal round is, and I thought it was less rounds or something like that. Maybe it's just shorter rounds, right? 3 rounds? Damn, that sucks. Just 3 rounds? So, but do people outside of YouTube know who Jake Paul is? I don't know. I mean, he is super. Probably. He's done a lot of fighting events. I think maybe so. I mean, I don't think my mother knows. If I were to ask my mother, "Hey, do you know who Jake Paul is?" I gotta ask her and see. I don't think she probably would know. But I mean, they're huge. Jake Paul. He has 26 million on Instagram. Probably, I would say probably outside of YouTube. Yeah, but honestly, YouTube is the place anyway. I don't know people really watching TV anymore unless it's like some type of special programming. My mother still watches TV somewhat, you know, but I don't remember the last time I really watched regular TV programming. I think the last time was Wendy Williams, and I went on Lifetime.com and I watched it from there. The only reason I would have TV, I cancel my YouTube TV at some point. I may get it again, maybe in a few months or something. The only reason I really had it is either some special broadcast for News Nation and we were going to watch it on Discord, or if somebody comes over, just to have something in the background, I'll turn on the TV. You know, that's about it. But you can get some news channels, I think, on the Google stuff that's being streamed on YouTube anyway. Fred, yeah, I'm actually gonna go walk them. I need to go try to get my workout into. And I did very little. Show us that water. I think actually the water bottle. I already finished the full first one. I need to actually refill it. I think it's actually in the room. I don't even think I have it here. I got to fill the whole thing again. On the stolen truck, I mentioned it earlier today in the stream. I'm gonna put some clips together. The guy was arrested. They caught him. He ran a curb and the truck got stuck, and they tackled him and arrested him. And supposedly the Mr. Tire guy was given like a ticket or something. And that's that was it. They showed his face and everything. So let me see here. Oh, awesome. So that airport channel, apparently I heard that I got permission to use it. He said the guy said you can use his video as long as you give him credit and leave the graphics on the screen for future reference. That's cool. So we got the okay on that. I'm actually I'll pin his link in the previous video that we did too. That's cool of him. Some of those airplane channels, it wasn't his channel, but there was another channel I seen that in the description, they're like, they don't want you using their shit. Like some of them explicitly say that. And so I was kind of a little iffy about using it, but it was really nice. That's cool. Cali people, man. So much Cali love. Let me do that. Mr. Tyre, he's fine. He's not fired. I saw they're on Facebook and they posted their logo thing and they put hashtag chase whatever. They said he got ticketed supposedly, and they said he's not going to get fired. I saw the page that they're not going to fire him. Some people were worried if he's going to get fired. He's not going to fire. But supposedly he did get a ticket, which doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me. This other guy then. Oh, you know what I could do next time too? I don't know if he has redirect on. I don't know if there ever will be a next time, but next time we can redirect to his channel too. That would probably be nice. Thank you, BL. Awesome. BL said I did share the channel in the chat as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, Mayweather is cocky. I've seen some of his. I've seen some of his stuff that I like, but he is a really cocky guy. I sent you some video. I did, Mustard. I played it on the last thing. I'm gonna put together a video and post it because a lot of people keep asking on different streams, and so I'm showing it on different streams. I mean, I could show it one more time. It's a really short clip, but I'm gonna put something together for everybody. This is the guy. I don't know why I thought today was Friday. It's Thursday. What the heck? Suspect in custody.
The box truck comes to an end in Ventura with the dramatic arrest.
That must be that kinetic energy thing that we talked about earlier. Munitions.
The truck ending up stuck in a grassy area of North Bank Drive where officers fired tear gas into the cab. The suspect ran, but an officer caught him, tackled him to the ground. Officers then restrained the man and took him into custody. Breaking news right now. All right. Oh, and so I printed out this too. Amy is making like a trial date list. So I got this printout. And Jennifer Crumley's sentencing is April 9th. Karen Reed starts April 12th. We're going to cover that messy trial. That whole thing is drama. We're going to cover that. May 9th is Adam Montgomery sentencing. Michelle Troconis, Mama 5 murder sentencing. Sarah Boone, I doubt it's going to happen. The biggest ones that I want to work on or cover is going to be Karen Reed in April 12th. Tupac, June 6th. That's going to be huge. Tupac's trial. We'll see how that goes. Ooh. I'm thinking the Tupac one's going to be a while, but July 1st, Lindsay Shiver. That's the murder for hire. Oh, okay. ex-NFL husband. I thought that was a Microsoft guy. Okay. Chad Dorman, July 8th. Alec Baldwin, July 10th. I think that Alec Baldwin, there's going to be 3 huge trials within the next couple months. And then Jared Lysick, September, but I don't think that's going to be streamed. Tracy Faraday's trial is July 12th. I don't know if we'll stream that. Richard Allen, if it happens, October. There's like 4 huge trials happening this year. At least. That's going to be big. So the Delphi trial is in May now. Is it really? I'll have to double check that then. So that there's some really, really big stuff coming up. So we got to enjoy the time that we have, the downtime that we have with no trial. Yes, and daylight savings this weekend. My mother called me last weekend, told me about it this weekend. Sorry, that was a weird sound. Lotus says behavior panel broke down the interviews in the Soto case. I saw that the behavior panel, I was scrolling YouTube and it just popped up on my feed that they did Madeline Soto. Behavior panel. Or the parents. I watched a little bit and then I tuned out. I'm going to have to check in on it again. What did mom know of Madeline Soto? The behavior panel. Oh, on my second page. Oh, the dope thing is, I don't know if they do this on purpose or not. They have Creative Commons allowed. That means we can use it. Ooh. We could do that on the main channel. I notice sometimes for their videos, they have the Creative Commons thing. And so that means I can use it without having to worry about getting copy claimed. Can be used on 100% original content. You cannot mark the video with Creative Commons. Use their work. YouTube allows creators to mark their videos with Creative Commons CC BY. Okay, that's cool. This is we could do this on the.
Today we're going to talk about Madeline Soto. She was.
Of course, I would have to make a live stream. I don't want to do it on this one. It's going to get lost in this live. But we could do that later or something. I don't know. This would be good, actually. I think we should react to this. Maybe, I don't know. Late. It's Friday. No, I'm not going to do it right now. I think I need to take a little break. I'm going to walk the dogs. I think I should get a little workout in. Something to eat, like a bite of something. This is 2 hours. It's a big commitment. Friday night. But I think people would be interested in this. This story is still... Oh, finally, Streamlabs got back to me. Okay. Ooh, upload diagnostic report. Awesome. Can you please provide a screenshot or sample video of the problem occurring? That'd be great for us to take a closer look. Okay, I'll have to figure out how to get this to them. Excuse me. Okay. Oh God, it's Thursday, right? I don't know why I keep thinking this. I feel like Friday for some reason. Lord Almighty. That's even worse. All right, so this could be a potential thing for later. What's going on here? Tires. Oh, that was weird. What was that? Oh, it's maybe on the other page. That was the tire page. Mr. Tire. All right, I'm going to get off for now. I do want to do that Diddy thing tomorrow. Let's see. I think that Soto thing could be fun, though. Watch, it's really good. Okay. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me see if I have notifications on the main channel. I think if I go work out too, I feel really good after. So I should do that. So I only have no notifications until an hour. I'll have one notification on the main channel. Okay. YouTube notifications. 8:35. Okay, yeah, I'll have one for the morning. Okay, good. So yeah, I'll be back on the main channel. I was trying to figure it out in my head. I will be back on the main channel later. I'll schedule it. Let me just take care of a few things first. I don't know. I'm not sure what time yet. I just want to get the workout in. Get a little workout. Take care of a few things. Damn, Bill, you're in the future. It's already Friday for her. 12:37 p.m. You're discussing what decision to come back later? All right, so I will be back later. All right, love you guys. Peace.